Welcome back to the channel. New day, new obsession. Something has been bothering me about my beautiful PC back there. So you see we have all the lovely RGBs happening, but there's one thing there's something that just catches my attention all the time, and it's driving me insane. And this is what I'm talking about. And what I'm talking about are these guys. That 24-pin connector, which just looks so sad. And at the same time, the cable that runs from this PSU to the GPU, it looks so sad. This is what I'm talking about. Look at it. These just look unhappy. They don't bring any happiness to my life. Where everything else just looks the bomb. So what can we do to solve this terrible issue, which keeps me up late at night? And every time I'm here working or gaming, those cables just, oh my God, they just drive me insane. Somebody help me. So apparently there is a solution. There's a product from Lian Li called streamers or something like that, which are cables that have all these LED lights happening and make all this a little bit happier to look at. However, and this is the biggest however, they are extremely expensive. I saw that one of them goes for about, the 24-pin cable goes for about $70 or something like that, and then you have to buy the one for the GPU, and that's like an extra $50. That's a lot of money for some RGBs. But no fear, everyday guy, tech revered person is here. Apparently, there is a cheaper solution to this harsh problem in my life at the moment. And it's this. The AsiaHorse Aurora. So this is a company called AsiaHorse that offers you a similar kind of solution. It's way cheaper, and apparently you get both of the cables in here. So the 24-pin and the GPU one, which I don't remember if it's an 8-pin or what pin. I can't remember. However, this only cost me $35, and I'm gonna link everything down there as usual. So show me some love. Once again, not sponsored. This came from my daughter's school tuition. But without further ado, let's see what's inside here. As usual, haven't opened it, have no idea what's inside. Let's get in there, baby. So here we go. These are the AsiaHorse Aurora. For me that I'm Italian speaker, Aurora is much easier to say than Aurora. These are the soft silicone light boards. The difference between these guys and the Lian Li ones are that the Lian Li ones are actually cables, which they're extension cables, which plug in to the ends of the 24-pin guy, and then you route them onto the motherboard. These are a little bit different. These are apparently covers which go on top of the 24-pin and the 8-pin. Let's pretend it's called 8-pin, even if it's not, but I'm guessing it's the 8-pin. So the 24-pin and the 8-pin, these are covers which go on top, and they have all the RGB lights on them, and you can program them and everything. Woohoo! That's what we got. This is what we're looking at. So this is going to be the 24-pin one, okay, which is bendy. It's actually very, very soft. You got your connector thing here. So see what happens. You have these little clip things right in here, right? They have these little clip things, right? So the actual 24-pin cable will go through here, okay? We'll go through here and come out the end, and then we stick it back onto the motherboard. And then we have this guy here, which is the GPU one. Same kind of thing. It will feed through here, and it will just stay on top of it and act as like a cover. So this is how you're gonna have to connect these. These ones here, as we said, they're gonna fit on top of the existing 8-pin or 24-pin cable. And then this guy right here is gonna plug into the motherboard in the ARGB 3-pin connector thing, which apparently is right up there. So we're going to try and connect it, see if we can not blow out the motherboard. And yeah, so I'll have to figure out how to put both of these on, because I don't know how many 3-pin ARGB connectors I have on the motherboard. So have a look. So unfortunately for my little self, I have an ARGB pin up there, which is fairly easy to get to, but I need another one. And having looked around, the other ones are down there. So that means I don't know what that means. I think I need to take out the fans to get to there. I think I'm going to try to connect the 24 pin one first and see if that bad boy works, and then we're going to try and stick the other one in. I think now I understand why the Lian Li ones cost $70. Because it doesn't require you to dismantle your whole freaking thing. So let's start by removing the 24 pin cable. And as we said before, that up there should be the ARGB pin. So let's try and get this guy out without destroying everything. And that was pretty straightforward. And these guys are going to have to come through here like so. So I have to open up the back. So what I had to do is I had to open up the back as well and try to pull this guy through a little bit more. So I got a little bit more slack in here. Connect this guy to this guy. And if I'm using my brain correctly, I'm going to leave this in the back and try and feed it through somehow from the top maybe, so that you don't see it. Because if I were to fit it like that, then you would see the little cable in front. It would look stupid. All right, so apparently these fit on very simply, just like so. So you can see these go inside the clips. And we have these other fancy clips, which you can apply to the sides here so that they hold everything in place. So these will go like this, right? So this will go like this. Try and flatten all these guys out a little bit. Stick another one further up. Stick one maybe up here. That one went on fairly easily. I don't understand why this one is so tight. Let's get this one here is a bit higher. It's got a bit more height to it, so easier to go on. And all right, look at that. So that is the final result. Oh no, wait, I forgot to feed these through here to back. And this should be the result. So now let's try and pull that through the back. And that took a while, but it's gone out. It's gone through the back. And we're gonna try and reconnect the 24 pin cable to the connector and clean everything up here. That should be the result. Thoughts, anybody? I don't know, that looks quite cool. Let's try and connect the little connector thing to the ARGB 3-pin connector on the motherboard. So I'm going to be feeding this little cable up through here, and it's going to come out through there. Look at my little finger. So that's going to come out through here, as you can see up in there. And it's going to fit into the ARGB controller, which is right there. Okay. All right, and that should be it, I think. Should we try and turn it on and see what happens? All right, I'm not going to close this bad boy up yet, because if that works, we can try and mess around with the with the pins down there, okay? So I'm just going to plug it in, everything real quick, turn it on, see what happens. All right, hold on to your panties. All right, hold on to your panties. It works! It works! It works! Oh, love it. Hey, it works. It works. It's unbelievable that it worked. So I have it set up. So I have it set up that when the computer starts, it does all the rainbowy colors. But then it's set up that I really like green, so it all turns to green, and that's kind of flashing blue and green. So let me see if I connect to the IQ software, if I can, if it has anything in there regarding. Ooh, look at that! It turned yellow. So I have looked around in the IQ Link app, and it doesn't really recognize the AsiaHorse, but look at it. It looks really good. Now I know there's a pro version of this AsiaHorse thing, which has a controller on it and you can change all the effects in it, which might be the way to go to be a little bit fancier. What do you think? But in all reality, I'm really happy with that one. I don't want to add extra stuff in it. So the next part is to add this guy to there. So this is gonna have to come up through here like this. And let's see what we can do with this bad boy. The only problem with all this though is that I got my other RGB connectors underneath there. So that means I need to take these fans out and that's gonna be fun. Then I'm gonna disconnect the cable here. Gold. I'm gonna have to disconnect the fan as well because this is a bit short. So lucky that Corsair has cool fans with have the little clip here. So that's easy enough. And now I have to get my fingers in there so that I can connect this into one of those little clips down there. So let's start inserting this on here. And we're gonna feed everything through, and then afterwards I'm gonna try and make my way to this guy underneath the motherboard and clip it in, right? So like before, maybe somebody's wondering why I'm going through the top, because at the bottom I have no space to get through, so I has to go through the top. Okay, 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 that seems like it's pretty much clipped in. Let's add a little bit, let's add a few more clips in there so that everything stays nice and tight. So in the box, like I showed you earlier for this guy, these little transparent ones, you have these ones here which are a bit shorter and these ones here which are a bit taller, right? So we'll try the taller ones. And as before, these will just clip in from to the front. And there you go. That holds it into place. And yeah, look at that. So now I'm going to try and plug this back into the GPU. And that is in now. So let's have a look. That's in. This guy can come up a little bit further up there like that. The tubes here can come a little bit higher like this. That can go like this. This will have to feed back in through the back here. And that looks pretty good. What is that? What do you think? Look at that, huh? So now I'm going to try and feed that little plug thing through the back here, underneath the motherboard and into there. And let's see what happens. It was a complete nightmare to get that in there, but we got a connection. So that's connected right there and it's relatively clean. So now I can screw in the lower fans again and turn it all on and see if it turns on as well. I hope it does. I don't mean to be repetitive, but look how cool this is. So just clip here. That's the other clip that goes to the other fan because they're all daisy chained. Kaboom! And we're ready to install the lower bracket. Okay, so let's plug everything back in and fingers crossed. Okay, all connected. Okay, all connected. Now let's hold on to something. All right, 3, 2, 1. It works. It works. It works. We have RGB. It works. And as you can see, they work. Good job. Well done. I figured out how to change the lights on the AsiaHorse Aura. So as you can see now, you got this rainbowy effect, which changes colors. And what we can do is, as you can, I'm going to show you here, it changes also to this. and I can change the color to that. So you see it's like switching, or I can do this kind of neon shift, or I can go to this kind of rainbowy effect. And to be able to achieve this amazing effect, I had to download a program called Signal RGB. So the program I'm using is Signal RGB, which is that guy right up there. And what it does at the moment is it's conflicting with IQ Link, but if you run both of them, you can control the AsiaHorse from this program, and everything else will run from IQ Link because I'm running IQ Link for all the Corsair stuff. So with this one here, I can go to a solid color, so and put like maybe the solid color. You see, so now it's the solid color is green, so I can put the solid color. I can go up here, change it to red, and it turns to red. Or you can do this rainbow effect. So we can change the speed here to make it go insane. Like, geez, and that's what you get. It's just driving me insane. I'm going crazy right now. Or you could do neon shift, and even there you can make it shift insanely, and that's quite a neat effect. You can have your rainbow effect again, or solid color, side to side. So this one here is quite cool. You can decide which colors you can have there. So you see, and this is the effect that you get. So you see. So overall, a very cool cool product. I don't need the pro version. It's got the little remote control to do it. I can just do it directly from this program in my computer. So that saves me another $60. My daughter loves the rainbow one, so for now, I'm going to use the little rainbow one. And by the way, I'll leave a link to the program down below with everything else. So here we are, back to everything being closed and everything working, and they're just, at the moment, they're just changing colors on their own. It looks really good. I really love it. It looks way better than before. Yeah, it's become an RGB nightmare. But overall, I think it looks great. Really happy with them. I'm not going to upgrade to the Pro because that would require me to start unplugging everything, and no way that's ever going to happen. I'm happy like this. Life is good. RGBs rule. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Remember, these guys are going to be all linked on the bottom. Give me some love. Give me some love, guys. Super cool. Have a great day. Ciao, ciao.